Do we really, really want to pass all this hate, bigotry, war, death, slaughter, and killing of children onto the next generation, people on this earth, onto all our families, the next generation? 41 wars aren't enough. Maybe we can brokerage a peace from the human being standpoint. Agree to disagree, agree to heal, agree to let live, agree to live and let live. You know, there's so much war in the world that the children are being killed by the hundreds and thousands. 30,000 die a day of hunger. You need a peace brokerage. Just for the next generation. For the next generation. End the hatred here. End the hatred and the bigotry and the pain now. And brokerage of peace for all nations. For all people. For all humanity. It's the only chance this world has. Otherwise, the next generation is going to be worse off than we are. They already are now. $17.5 trillion in debt here, plus around the world. The world is going broke. The wars are killing the world. Wars are killing the world. They're killing economies, and they're wasting billions and trillions of dollars that could be used to help the human race instead of killing, slaughter, butcher, blow it up, blast, bomb, or blow it out of the air. MH17, MH90. Where does it end? Where does the value of a life end? To the powerful gun. The powerful gun. 2-cent bullet or $2 bullet. A human being or a bomb dropped on a school or on a mosque or a tunnel. Children running around in their bare feet. Children crawling down the street with no legs. It's wrong. It's wrong. What's being done to this world is wrong. It's wrong. It's just wrong. It's unbearable, it's unreachable, it's unfeasible. Peace is the brokerage of human life. Peace is the brokerage of human life for all nations. Not just Israel, Palestine, but for Syria, for Egypt, for Libya, for all nations at war. For all nations at war. It's time to think of the children, the future of tomorrow. It's time that we stop wasting the trillions to build up the debt, just so we can build things. This means Vladimir Putin too. It's time that we brokerage a peace that lasts for all people, for all nations. It's time that we brokerage a peace. It's time that we brokerage a peace that's lasting and binds all human beings together in a force of nature like the world's never heard. And this will bring every nation and everybody to the table. That's the human truth. That's the human fact. That's the human reality. People have to brokerage a peace. The young people, the old people, all of us have to brokerage a peace. Peace for humanity. Peace for life's sake. Peace for living. Everlasting peace. And the world will live. And the debt will shrink. We'll stop spending trillions of dollars to execute, slaughter, butcher. Just wipe out human life, especially children. This is a sad world we live in. It's a sad world we live in because the children are dying faster than the found war people. People at war are killing the children. The children are dying. Does anybody realize that? The children of nations are dying. They're dying. They're dying without hope, without a prayer, without a tomorrow. It's time we give them a tomorrow. It's time we give them a tomorrow, a hope, a share. A human life, human being, playing a park, playing a ball field, instead of without water, without power, without electric, without food, walking down the street in their bare feet, some blown out shithole. Isn't it time that we as adults began to realize that it's easier in peace than it is in war? That it's easier to settle our differences diplomatically, politically, and disagreeably, just to live and let people live. Isn't it time that we let people have a chance at human life, prayer for human life, faith for human life? Isn't it time to restore the human factor on this earth instead of the dollar factor, the gun factor, anything like that, political factor? Power is no good if it doesn't help the human being. Nothing is any good that does not help the human being, doesn't make the life better for the human being. This is a carnage of human life. 41 wars fought all over this world, leaving the blood of children in the dust. It's not right. It's not human. It's not even practically human. That's the sadness of human life. I just can't bear it. I really just can't bear it. It's grievous enough how many children have died. How many children have died already? 1,100. Palestine. How many in Israel? How many in Syria? How many children died in Syria? What happened to the children in Nigeria? It's becoming a hunt of children and women. It's time to brokerage of peace at last. All human beings, all human life. It's time to brokerage of peace at last for all nations. It's time that we speak out against it. Keep speaking out against it until the answers come, until the people come together. We need to come together as a human race, as human beings. It's time. It's just time. It's time that we all hear the cries of the children. It's time that we all heard the cries of the children. For crying out loud, isn't it time? Isn't it time we heard the cries of the children? Isn't it time that we heard the cries of the children? Isn't it time that we heard the cries of the children for life, not death, for health, sickness, AIDS, HIV, and all kinds of diphtheria, malaria? Isn't it time that we gave children around the world life, living, peace, park, playground, house, pool, table, place to sleep, place to lay its head? Isn't it time that we let children live as children? Isn't it time that we let children live as children, whether it be in Tel Aviv, West Bank, Syria, Africa, no matter where it is? Isn't it time that we brokerage a peace through the human race that lasts a lifetime? It lasts in one lifetime. Isn't it time that we make the world a better place for the people and for the children of tomorrow? Aren't we tired of burying our sons and daughters and families all over the world? Isn't it time that we brokerage a peace for all the human race? For all the human race. For all nations. Hear the cries. Does anybody hear the cries of the children from me? Does anybody hear the cries of the children from me? I go day after day. There's more children dead. More children dead. More children dead. Or this child goes missing. Or that child goes missing. Or sex trades, or the Cub Scouts are raping children, or the Catholic religion is raping children. Isn't it time that we gave the children a safe place to be? Isn't it time that we gave the children life, living, not death, carnage, rape, violation? Isn't it time? Isn't it just time? Isn't it just time? Isn't it just time that we spend that little extra piece of human life that we all have left to brokerage a human peace for all the human race, for all the human beings, for all the children? I don't pretend to be an expert in this. I don't pretend to be non-violent, because I wasn't. But I'm not. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to blow smoke at you. I'm not going to tell you fraud. I'm not going to tell you the truth, but I am going to tell you that we need to brokerage human peace for all human beings, for all human life, for all people, for all nations. It's time that we gave life instead of death. It's time that we gave love instead of hate. Children are no different. They're Israeli, Palestinian, American. They're no different. They just want to live and enjoy themselves. Let them grow. Let them thrive. Let them learn. Let them live. Isn't it time that we let them live? Isn't it time that we let them live? It's time that we give the children a chance to heal. We give the children a chance to live. We give the children a chance to live. This is simply the human truth. That's the human truth. That we give the children a chance to life. It's time that we give all the children a chance to life. They protest to stop it. They don't know the difference. Children don't know the difference between black and white, Palestinian or Islamic. They don't know the difference. They just want to be children. They want to be children and enjoy their life, enjoy growing up. So much of that is stolen away from the world today. These children are put at risk all over the world. It has to stop. It just has to stop. For God Almighty, it's got to stop. It's a sadness of human life that I have to do a video like this. It should come naturally for all people, for all nations, for all humanity. It's just time to put an end to the act of violence that affects so many children around the world, so So many children without hope. So many children without peace. So many children without life. They're crippled. In many nations, don't have wheelchairs. The ones in Africa, HIV, AIDS, with no help. 30,000 die a day. 775,000 children disappeared in this country last year. 775,000 children. Isn't it time we brokerage a peace for them? Isn't it time we brokerage a peace for them? It's not going to hurt anybody. Who's it going to hurt? Save the cost of a bullet, bomb, plane, jet, ship, tank. It's time. It's just time to brokerage a peace for the children. It is. It's just time. It's time to give them the love that they don't have. It's time to give them the care that they don't have. It's time to give them the truth that they don't have. That we're all the human race. That we're all the human beings. That we're all born with the same flesh and blood bone. We all die. But we're cheating the children of life. We're cheating the children of life. It's such a sad state of affairs. There's 17 million children in this country are. There are children in every nation are. That's not right. It's not even possible. But it's the sadness of human life. It really is the sadness of human life. I wish I could get people to listen and understand, believe, and hope. But I can't stop it. I can't stop it. I can't stop it all myself. There are many, many people that are needed to brokerage a peace. There are many, many people, I hope, will find that courage to do it for the children. Just to do it for the children. This is not a, this is a plea. This is a plea. This is 7 billion human being historical news. We can make history. We can make history by brokerage a peace for all nations and all children. Live and let live. Live and let live. Don't cheat about life. Don't cheat about living. Don't cripple with bullets, guns, and tanks. Let them live. Let them survive. Let them enjoy life. Let them grow up. It's a long, hard road to where we want to get to. But it's worth getting. It's worth getting there for all people, for all nations. It's worth getting there for the sake of human life, for the sake of human beings, for the sake of all human children. And that's a passage through life. There are our future. There are history. There are name. There are lives. There are children. I can't do it all alone. I can't do it alone. It takes all of us. It takes all of us. It really does take all of us.
Oh, that's it. Of course.
It takes all of us. It takes all of us. Think about it. Truly, really think about it. Is any more worth the life of a child? Is any more worth the life of a child? Too many children. Too many children. Children are born at 17. 17. Children are born to play the other day. Algeria crashed. Too many children are dying. Way too many children are dying. Wars are supposed to be fought by grown men, not children. Not children. You take up from Malaya. You fight in Syria. 14 years old, 13 years old. We're cheating the children of life. We're cheating the children of reality. We're cheating the children of truth. That's the fact of human life. That's the reality of human life. Somewhere it's got to start. Somewhere it's got to start. Somewhere it's got to start for all people, for all nations, for all humanity. It's got to start for all humanity. Somewhere it has to start for all humanity. Killing has to stop. Bigotry has to stop. The hatred has to stop. Because they're no different. They are no different than you and I. You and me. You and anybody else. Me and anybody else. They're no different. Except they can't defend themselves. They're stuck in a world war of adults. They're stuck in a world of wars of adults. And that's not right. We should be protecting the children, not sending them off to war, slaughtering them, butchering them, killing them. It's not human life. Can we really call ourselves human beings if we let this go on? Can we really call ourselves human beings if we let this go on? You can brokerage a peace by human race, but it's your choice. It's all our choices. We all have to make it. We all have to be committed to it. We all have to realize it. We all have to believe in it. We all have to know it. I know I've rattled on here for a long time, but it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing when parents outlive their children. When parents outlive their children. When families outlive their children. It's not right. It's just not right. It's unbelievable. The cost of human life is bad enough, but the cost of our children is not worth the war. It's not worth the killing. For a piece of ground, agree to disagree. Split the ground. Split the city. Live on both sides. Tel Aviv, West Bank, Gaza. But live in peace. Live without hate. Live without killing. The children can do it. We can do it. Are the children better than us that they can get along together? They're not. Except for Simon Point. Save the children. Save the children. Because we all count for human life. We all count for human life. It's a Sunday big historical news. I'm not going to beat you to death with this. I'm just not. But it's time. It's time to peace. It's time to brokerage, peace brokerage for all nations. For the children. Help for the children. Help just for the children. Just for the children that can be saved. Must be saved. And could be saved. It's a hell of a war where the children die. The adults don't. That's not right. It's not even bad. Fight a war is one thing, but it's killing children is another. And terrorists are just going to do that. They're going to rape and violate children in Nigeria. It's a shame to human life. It's time for the human being to stand up and be counted for. There's too many children are getting lost. Too many children are getting lost into human disagreements, human fracases, human wars. 41 to be exact. Take a day. Take a day. Take a year. Take a lifetime. We can achieve it. We could achieve it. We will achieve it. This is 7 days to make a start.